what I'm saying? You be like, yeah, I don't want to look at dude's pockets, but I be like, yeah, man, I saw the 200. I saw the second 200.
300. Yeah.
I saw the 300.
Yeah,
I just see, man.
They make money alike. That's why they got a call off. They got a text message.
And slap their
we ain't on it.
So
Yeah, that's different.
Fellas, I can never get on the thread.
You can get on the thread.
I can get on the thread.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you. I can get on the thread.
Yeah,
You know what? One thing we talked about, you got some jets. Have you ever flew on A3 on Southwest?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Hey, oh yeah, I was poor longer than I was rich. Well, maybe not now. I'm getting old.
Like, hey, that's the thing. After we aired the Floyd episode, I get on the plane. I have my mask on. I had got A1, so obviously I'm in the exit row.
Yeah.
Lady walks up to me. She goes, "You on the pivot?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I watched the one with Floyd where he called this jet. At least you got A1 today." I said, "Hell yeah, I sure do." Hey, I had so many people hit me up about that. It's like, "Hey man, was that real?" I was like, "Bro, we can't fake it.
Listen, I'm gonna run it back. Rod, you can call the jet?
Yeah, he can call. He got a jet."
I won't call him, but Nick will call him. Yeah, we'll be ready.
Higher.
I won't call him, but Nick will call him. Yeah, we'll be ready.
It
was a good hour.
It's just an amazing thing, man. We had Floyd on around the Super Bowl time, and since then, we've had AB, who's done great. That interview was great. A lot of people got an opportunity to see a different side of AB. They got an opportunity to see a different side of the champ. And I'm sure here, after this one airs, they'll get an opportunity to see a different side of yourself. And again, I always give flowers to everybody. And I know every show I'll mention that.
Freddie Flowers.
Freddie Flowers in the house. But no, seriously though, I really believe in relationships. I talk about that a lot. And through Alicia, she's done some amazing things. She's an amazing person. And her thread, having Floyd, who from Floyd, we're able to get and lock in AB just on face. No extra fancy stuff, but just because we're real good people, because Floyd vouched for us. And now we're here with you. The GOAT of all GOATs. It's a privilege and an honor to be here, man. So for both of y'all, starting with you, appreciate you. And you, thank you. And we try to do it, the honest way. Be able to paint a picture from different perspectives for people that are watching this to see. They're gonna clip it up and chop it up, and millions of other people will see it. But man, bruh, relationships are amazing, man.
Of course.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I do want to say something on that, Fred, because I'm glad you brought it up. If you think about your careers, all our careers, our listeners that are watching at home, is when you think about your net worth, when you look back when you're 50, 60, 70, your net worth is going to resemble a lot of what your net worth looks like. And all Champ has to do is call me and I'm going to be there. Because, we talk about game, recognizing game.
That's it.
That's really important. And if Champ and I are doing that, we need to have a whole community doing that. We can't have Champ and I doing this at the highest level. I call Magic Johnson. He's always been there for me, right? And for that, I'm always going to be grateful to Magic. But Magic told me, all right now, when you see somebody else, especially of color, it's your damn responsibility to pass it on. And you have a boardroom right behind Ryan. It's not good enough for Champ and I to be the only cats in that boardroom around only other white rich people, right? It's our responsibility to leave that door open and bring men of color, women, Asian, everybody. It has to be inclusive. And as leaders, we can't just be satisfied with being in the room alone. We got to bring others with us. So when you say, are you in that chain? You're damn right you're in that chain. And it doesn't matter what your net worth is. But if you want to get better, we'll help you get better.
Of course, the real estate, once you learn it, it's like anything, just like football, baseball, boxing, learn it, you can master it.
Correct.
But you gotta make sure you got the right pieces to the puzzle.
You got the right pieces to the
And
puzzle.
what I say every day is crazy, man. The person without nothing can always tell you how to get something. Just like I said, a person can tell you how to have. It's always somebody that's not in a certain place that can give you advice on how to get there. I disagree with. So, like I said, those are liabilities. What we just talked about a little while ago. It's like somebody telling Alex how to hit a baseball, but they never played baseball, been on a baseball field. Telling me how to throw a jab, but don't even stand right. Don't know nothing about boxing. So that's even like the commentators that watch our sports tell you how to tackle, how to catch footballs, and if you correct them and tell them, you know what, you don't know what you're talking about, they get upset, and that's when you hear so many bad stories, because people always want you to tell them what they want to hear. They don't want the truth. And why they don't like me? Because I'm a straight shooter. If it's something I don't like, I'm like, no, I don't like it. And like we always talk about the females, if she don't look good at it, or she put on something that I don't like, I'm like, I don't like it. But everybody else told me they like it. I'm not everybody else. That's what makes me. I'm a straight shooter.
My man Floyd just brought up my favorite topic.
There you go.
You just brought up my favorite topic with the women. I know, I gotta ask. I done folded the leg on A-Rod. I gotta know A-Rod. Yeah, man, what you doing with the ladies?
Me?
Yes, I gotta know.
I got you. I don't got a lot of game. I gotta tell you, compared to my man right here,
He's peaceful. He peaceful. He cool.
But then you gotta just walk in, look at him with the pretty eyes.
But I gotta make up for it because I don't have a lot of game. I gotta tell you, I'm just, my man Nick now, my nephew,
He got
a lot of game.
Just ask some questions. All women want to do is talk about themselves. Where you from? What your daddy do for a living? Next thing you know, it's action time.
Hey, Rod, man, did you make him?
Hey guys, we're giving out a ton of these Nike socks right now for free. No credit card needed.
For a living. Next thing you know, it's action time.
Hey, Rod, man, did you make him? You make him put the phone away and you give him the gift bag too? Like, did you get that from Derek Jeter? He real smooth and calm. He don't really want to, I'm just straight shooter. Come at me, what you want to do? Right. Hey, what you want to know? Because I embrace it all. You know me, I don't care. A-Rod more like to keep his stuff more on the down low. Mm-hmm. A couple of his relationships is out in the open, but he still like to keep it real smooth and out the way. And that was my question though, for dudes like y'all though. I feel like there is no smooth and out of the way. Like everywhere you go, champ, there's a camera. Everywhere you go, A-Rod, there's a camera. We had this conversation with Stephen A. You trying to get to know a young lady. They told me that your accent was on his woman. Yeah. So you know what? It's crazy. I thought about that. So you could talk about everybody else's business, but now you want to keep this. You want to tell everything on everybody else, Stephen A. But you don't want nobody asking you about your relationship life. Hey, Stephen A. said, man, he said, if you dating him, you barely can come out the house and you can't touch him in public.
He said you want the spotlight, he's your spotlight.
Yeah, Stephen A. said, when I walk, you're going to be able to see the path because the light is in front of you. Yeah, straight up.
Hey, tell me about Stephen A. Smith. Nick, come here. Camera, this young pretty man. Talk about a dime. Right? So, give me a little impersonation of the man Stephen A. Stephen A. my favorite guy, so I got a question on him.
Mario Jones, the full quarter. I ain't eat back before the ball.
That's actually pretty dang good, man. That is pretty dang good.
He's a great dude, but the funny thing is that when Floyd got on him, he has a big ass picture of you in his basement with you and him.
Well, Stephen will tell you back in the day. That's back in the day. I showed him all the jets and all that back in the day when I had it.
The real stuff.
I still got everything. I still got all mine.
I know.
I work smarter than
I'm trying to get on the thread. I'm back to that. I'm trying to get on the thread.
Yeah, he had a lot of great things to say.
Yeah, I love Stephen.
Yeah. And much like yourself, you're a straight shooter.
He is straight shooter.
Even after our show, you read the comments, you kind of want to see how people lean in. You have some people out here that are boisterous. They keep it 1,000. I got to keep it 100. And then they throw him in the, he's a coon, he's this, he's that. A lot of people don't like that he's unbiased. He might have some personal things with a person or two, and that's his choice, right? But I think in terms of everything else, he's unbiased, unfiltered. He's very animated at what he does, right? I don't know if that's just to get your attention, but he's honest. You can't shoot anybody down
A good man, bro.
for being honest.
Let me say this
and it is what it
about
is.
Stephen A. Smith that inspired me. two, he loves the game and he
Right.
loves players. I mean, ultimately, you can see in a man's eyes or a woman's person if they love athletes, if they love the sport, and he's in it for the right reason. He just kind of exudes that. Number three, he is as real and as authentic as they get. And I remember, like, anytime around postseason, Stephen A will call me and he'll be like, yo, talk to me about my damn Yankees, right? And again, here's a guy who's at the top of his game,